explosive challenge. I literally forgot what everything was just a second ago. And hopefully this time with my little notes by here, I'm going to remember. So this week, week 7, we're introducing a new push-up variation again, as we do every week. And this week, we're going to be introducing knee to chest push-ups, which are essentially like a cross between a push-up and a mountain climber. So we're going to do a push-up and then bring one knee right up into our chest. We're going to lean forward. I'm going to explain that in a second. Then we've got deep push-ups. So the deep push-ups for this week, I've got some little weight plate things that have a nice little flat base, so hopefully it won't be wiggling around quite as much as we had last week. If you guys tuned into that, you know that was a bit of a disaster. Then we've got fist push-ups. So that's 1, 2, 3 fist push-ups last. So I've got my yoga mat here, so protect my hands, because look, I don't know why, my hands have been splitting, I've been bleeding all over the place. It's been a nightmare. And the thing about that is they never heal very quickly, do they? Because you keep splitting them again. So yeah, fist push-ups, and then 2 more variations. We've got irregular or asymmetrical push-ups, where we have our hands in slightly off balance. And then the last one we're doing is single leg. This is our last time we're doing single leg push-ups. And then we're going to get rid of that for next week when we introduce our next variation. What is our next variation? The next one is plyos. So guys, you've got to do a little bit of explosive training for that. It's not that bad, don't worry, I'll explain that at the end. All right, cool. So I'm going to get that out of the way. I'm going to get that out of the way. Make sure you've got a drink with you guys. I'm just going to connect back and forth like this. Shoulders back a little bit. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything, feel free to whack them in the boxes. I've got like 1,000 windows here where I'm trying to manage all the stream situations because I'm not that good at it at the minute. I'm getting better slowly. It just takes a little bit of time. I'm going to stick this on workout because this definitely counts. Probably gymnastics, right? I'm going to stick that on there. I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there, and I don't know how you check your things on Twitch. Does anyone know? Channel, there you go, found it, don't worry. Okay, so shoulders, okay, then we're just going to stretch out our triceps a little bit. Look, I'm already sweaty, we haven't even started. Okay, cool. So we're literally going to dive straight into this because I don't have a client at the end of today, but I do have some other bits that I've got to get on with. So we've just got to smash through this nice and quick. 5 sets of 20, guys. If you haven't done this before, then that's the basic format. We've got 5 sets of different variations of push-ups to do. I probably shouldn't have worn joggers for this, but we're just going to get straight in. So the first one, get that out of the way, is a knee to chest. So we're going to do a push-up, and then we're going to knee right up into our chest like that. Okay, we're going to have to lean forwards when we do that because we really want to get a proper little crunch situation going on in our abs. Okay, so 20 of them, and try not to hit your head on the weights. And 3, 2, 1, down we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew, harder than they look. A lot of the times, right, with this particular and some of the other push-up variations, done like the shoulder taps, because there's so much stuff, like it just takes so long to do the reps, they are exhausting. Glad we got these at the start of the workout. So I was also slipping around like crazy on my socks, so they're going to be coming off now. Don't need any pineapple support, don't need any pepperoni pizza support, thank you. I feel like I need to whack some shorts on as well, but I mean we're on now, so that's it. Guys, grab yourself a drink. I got this, loving it. I am incredibly like low energy today, just like physically, because I'm basically on my way into ketosis. You know, that descent, the keto flu. So yeah, so you know, I'm a bit like, so hopefully this kind of wakes me up a little bit more. And yeah, then we're off to go and get some supplies for our home gym. Looking forward to that. Right, so next we've got the deep push-ups. So guys, if you don't have any dumbbells, with flat bases ideally, then you can just grab yourself a couple of books, or you can, if you have like some chairs to hand, you can set up a couple of chairs, and you can use like one of the chairs for your hooves, two of the chairs for your hands, and you just go in between them. That works quite well. That's what I used to do. If you've got parallettes, you can kind of get away with them as well. If they're lower, it's better than if they're really high, because otherwise you're just doing like a raised push-up essentially. But yeah, that's the kind of thing we're looking at. And I'm not ready for this. Okay, next set. So with deep push-ups, we just want to go, oh, these are already wobbly. We just want to go nice and deep. Surprise, surprise. We want to get right down as low as possible. From here, I'm not expecting to touch the floor because half the reason is these dumbbells are going to get in my way. So I'm going to get about here. And yeah, I'm literally like against the dumbbells. And after last week, I don't really want to be pushing all these out of the way. And they're incredibly wobbly. I thought these would help. I'm actually going to stick them on the mat as well. So we're going to be doing 20 of these, just like every other set we do in the 100 push-up challenge. Oh, that one there, that one there. Okay, and out of the back. Perfect, right, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get going. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20. Great, get rid of them. They're the worst ones we've come across so far, guys, hands down, like worse than the diamonds. I'm not looking forward to having them as our last set in, what, three more weeks. It's going to be our last set, those, and it's going to be difficult, it's going to be tough. All right, so if you can practice them in the meantime, then definitely do that because it's going to help. And remind me to practice as well. Send me a message on Instagram or drop it in the chat or comments on YouTube or on Twitch or whatever. I don't know why I'm staying here. I need a drink. Guys, stretch out your chest or your triceps or anything if you need to. Oh. So, keto situation. So, like I've gone pretty keen on the keto situation. I'm not generally, but I've done it before a bit. So this isn't like a new thing for me, but it's the first time that I've been properly testing it. So I'm basically testing with the strips every day. Like every time I go to the loo, I'm testing them to see what the situation is throughout the day. I've got these exogenous ketones. I'm being very careful with my diet, and I'm essentially just trying to work out the best time to take the ketones, the way that it's progressing through the day and how it's kind of affecting me, and just getting some data basically and figuring out the best process and the best procedure, like the protocol for actually taking them, and how I can figure out when I can eat carbs in the day, when I can do it so it doesn't really affect ketosis, and yeah, just kind of really map it out so I have a better understanding of getting in and out of ketosis fast, because that's the idea. The idea is that I'll be in ketosis most of the day and then have like a refeed in the evening. Or one of my clients was actually saying maybe it'd be better to do it for lunch and then like have an early dinner with no carbs and then try and fast through the night, have some turmeric, because turmeric apparently helps jump you into ketosis overnight. So that's another thing that I'm going to be testing. But yeah, so that's basically what's been going on with me. So our next set is fist push-ups. So yoga mat at the ready, or if you've got carpet, then you're lucky. It's essentially just a push-up on your fist. It's not too much of an explanation needed. I'm just going to slide over here quickly. See how everyone's doing. Cool. Wicked. Okay, so we're literally just going to dive straight into this. I'm doing all right for time, but we want to be finished in 15 minutes. All right, guys? So we can have extended breaks afterwards, but for now, let's just smash them out. I've got to be really careful about my knuckles because I don't really want to be bleeding on the yoga mat. Okay, so normal shoulder width apart, just 20 push-ups. And we'll go in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2 more, 19, 20. Whew, that last one was tough. Right, so this push-up's done. We don't really need the mat now, but I feel like I'm going to keep it anyway. Yeah, so fist push-ups are all right. I was having a bit of a dig in. My fingernails are digging in. I don't know why, because they're cut. It's not like they're all like claws, you know what I mean? Like proper gypsy claws. But yeah, I was feeling that a little bit. Clenching too hard, that's what it was, guys. All that keto stress. Okay, so 2 more sets left. So we've done 60 push-ups so far. So we have 2 more sets of 20. The next one is irregular push-ups, or asymmetrical push-ups. So what we're going to do here is we start in our normal position, hands next to each other. We're going to move 1 up, 1 down, like that, so they're just slightly out of alignment. Then smash out 10, swap hands, smash out another 10. Okay, it's difficult both sides. So if you have your hand up and hand down, then it's difficult because, let's say, if we just pick one hand, when it's down, it's difficult because it requires a lot of wrist kind of extension. Flexion's the other way, extension. So good wrist mobility is kind of key. Otherwise, you might have to just move your hand out a little bit. So instead of forwards, like out to the side like this, to allow a little bit of movement. The other thing is when it's in front, it tends to be a little bit too high. So you kind of come down on the base of your palm here, and you almost like put your elbow on the floor, which obviously we want to avoid. Not doing like Sphinx push-ups or like tricep extensions. So we want to kind of avoid that, but it's naturally going to happen because of where your hand placement is. Okay, so another little swig of this. I've actually got loads of time. I can just chill for a sec. So the podcast. So I know we've been talking about it a while, but I've got a date, a fixed date or fixed days for the podcast. I haven't told Danny yet, so this is going to be a surprise for her. The door's open, so I know she can hear me. So I'm going to do it tomorrow, so Tuesday. I don't really know what time. It's just going to be like a random time in the day because it's based on when Danny has meetings and when I have a bit of downtime. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be about kind of 12:30-ish, roughly. It might be kind of mid-afternoon though. It might be closer to 3. But I will let people know about that going forwards. And I'm also hoping, fingers crossed, there's nothing confirmed yet, but hoping to double up and actually do one later in the week as well, like maybe Friday or something. Because at the minute I have a bit of downtime and there's loads to talk about. There's always loads to talk about with training, especially like calisthenics and gymnastics. So I think if I can go back, this is what I used to do, is two podcasts a week. If I can get back to that level, then I'll be pretty happy with that. And it's getting easier and easier, like as I get more comfortable with using the different live streaming services. And now I've got a new interface so I can actually have my proper mic set up and everything. It's a nice little setup actually. I think you guys will appreciate it when you see it. I feel like a right fancy geezer. So completely distracted then. So the next set is these irregular push-ups. And I'm going to have to get going now. So the first 10, so I'm going to go 1 up, 1 down. I'm just going to start like this. The first 10 are going to be this way around, then I'm just going to swap my hands over and do 10 the other way around. Okay, so it's almost a continuous set. There will be like a little pause. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap over, so there and there. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Good. Cool. So that's 80 push-ups now. So we've got one more set, 20 reps left, and this last set is single leg push-ups. So again, it's an asymmetrical push-up variation, so we're not symmetrical. So what that means is we're going to do 10 one side, 10 the other, just like we did with the irregular push-ups a second ago. Okay? Quick swig of this. So almost done now. So once we've got this last set out of the way, it's literally finished. I have a bit of time. I have a bit of time to get through it. I'm not in that much of a rush. Whew. I'm tired though. Guys, I've said this plenty of times as well, but it's really important just to remind you that this is not a full training program. Like one session a week, just push-up variations is not a complete training program by any means. So make sure that you're not just doing this as like, this is my workout, you know? It doesn't matter if it is just the one for today, although I would recommend doing something else. Like this morning, I was just doing some mobility stuff. It wasn't anything intensive. Danny was. But yeah, this is not a complete training program. Training once a week is not enough for any amount of training. It doesn't matter what your goal is, once a week is just not enough. Especially now where we're all stuck at home and everyone's a bit more sedentary. It's like really important that you actually find time to just go for a walk or do some other exercise like some flutter kicks, some squats. You can join in the Gymshark live stream on Twitch Wednesday at 5 p.m. Loads of ideas for you to do with like body weight and calisthenic stuff. You don't need any equipment for it. Yeah, I'm doing that every Wednesday at 5, so join in. It's great fun, great fun. Always good banter on Twitch as well, which is lovely. And yeah, so that's it basically. I feel like we should just smash these out now. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. It's been like 16 minutes, which means we've basically got through a session every 4 minutes, and that's including me gassing, which I'm pretty good at half the time, as well as just using it as an excuse to try and catch my breath. So, single leg. So one up, like this, nice and pointy toes, leg straight, and then we immediately switch and do the other one, 10 reps. All right, guys? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to bring it this way a little bit so you can see a bit better on Instagram. I think that'll help. Okay, so into position, last set, 3, 2, 1, down we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap legs over. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 more. 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20. Whew, that was tough. All right, guys, that's it for this week's 100 push-up challenge, week 7. Tune in next week, week 8, same time, new push-up variation, get rid of those single legs, finally, and we'll introduce plyometric push-ups, so we're going to be explosive, jumping off the mat or the ground a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Thanks again for joining. If you like what you're seeing, as always, guys, give us a like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. I mean, you're probably already following if you're watching this anyway. Follow us on Twitch as well. Leave any questions or comments you got in the box below. You can reach out to me. Best place is at Instagram. Just shoot me a message. I'm more than happy to help you out with stuff. Do online coaching, link in the bio, or go to morethanlifting.com/coaching. Podcast coming up. That's going to be live streamed on all 3 of these platforms. So if you just follow on whatever you're watching on, you can join there. Gymshark live stream Wednesday. yeah, keto update coming. Hopefully I'll have a bit more energy by the time Wednesday knocks around. Otherwise, guys, I will catch up with you in the next video. Oh, don't forget you can sign up for the More Than Lifting Challenge, the 100 Push-Up Challenge as well at morethanlifting.com/100challenge. And yeah, I'll catch up with you next week. Keep in touch with yourselves. Whew. Right, let's do this.